All right, guys, what happens if you zero your gun like this, right? Straight up and down. And then you turn the gun like this and you go to shoot it. It messes with your zero, I'll tell you that much. Let's see how, and maybe explore the whys a little bit. All right, guys, if y'all follow me very much at all, you know that I have participated in a couple tactical games. And at those tactical games, they generally, they test your skills not only physically, but also your techniques, your technical skills, not techniques, but your technical skills when it comes to rifles or pistol, whatever, and pistols, right? And one of the ways that they do that is they utilize, hopefully the sun didn't get too bad, but they utilize these boards, right? I can't remember what these things are called. I know there's a name for them, and I'm not cool enough to know the name. But they utilize these boards, and it makes you have to get into some weird angles and positions and stuff to get your shots off. And at first glance, when you look at these things, you're like, okay, cool, whatever. Just put the barrel through the thing and pull the trigger. Okay, yeah, it kind of works that way, but it doesn't. This is why it's a technical skill that they're trying to see what you can do, right? Because you can't always, in a perfect world, hold your rifle straight up and down, right? Sometimes you got to cant the rifle. And if you know much, and I'm not going to get real nerdy, and I'm going to shut up in about 15 seconds about this. I'm going to try to. You have a thing called height over bore, right? Meaning your optic is up here. Your dot is actually up here, right? It's in the glass up here. Your bore, your barrel is down here. So you have a height over bore of about this much, right? Which means that if, depending on where the rifle is zeroed at, your optic is looking down and your barrel is pointing up, okay? Look it up, height over bore, look that up. The thing that comes into play with these boards is that when you turn that rifle, right? Well, now your height over bore is different because when you change it, right? There's nobody back here, but when you change this and you turn it sideways, it's throwing everything off as far as your zero goes, right? So you change it this way, and you have to turn this way. Sometimes you have to shoot perfectly, like turn it all the way to the side. And it totally messes with people. It totally messes with them. So I'm going to do something scientific, as it were. Not really. But I'm going to shoot through these ports, right? Actually, yeah, not this one. I'm going to shoot through these ports. And I'm going to get as good and solid of a 3-round group just to see what the shift is. Because it's a general board. I don't know if there's actual like angles, specific angles that they're all cut to. Whether they're 45s or 90s, I don't know. But for my own edification and my own purposes later on, not only in the games, but in real life, if you can't have that perfect holding your rifle the way that you train and want to, if you got to cant it to the side, well, what happens to your zero? That's what we're going to find out today. That's what we're going to do. So let's shoot some holes. All right, I'm going to take a chance and put this guy downrange, this camera, and hopefully I don't shoot the camera. He's off far enough, but we're going to see. So let's see these hits. Alrighty, guys, I really hope that my camera didn't just shut off. I have a feeling that it did, but this is what we got anyway. So whether you got the action shots or not, I don't know. We'll see. This is what we got at 25 yards. This is pretty much what we got. I know that at least this one shot way off here by itself. Yeah, see, I think my camera's dying. It's too hot. I know that this one shot here, I pulled that. Okay, so in general, all these shots are right here. Meaning it didn't make a lick of difference whether I was holding the gun, there's nobody out here, but whether I was holding the gun like this, at an angle, at 25 yards, here we go, at 25 yards, it was all pretty much right here. Unless I pulled it, and I know I pulled that guy right there. they're all pretty much right here. Within not very much, I mean, it's all the same size group. I mean, yeah, they might have minorly shifted, so maybe if I did this at 100 yards, that would probably make more difference. So we might try that, but right now my camera, shoot, thing's dying. It's too hot. So I don't know how much I'll be able to do as far as video stuff, because it's just a little bit too hot. But anyway, guys, there you go. Not really conclusive. I think I'm going to do this at 100. I'll probably shoot it, and then I'll just show you the results, because it's hot and my camera's going to die, and that's not very interesting to watch me go, wait 10 minutes for me to go check stuff and come back. So anyway, here's 100 yards. Okay, guys, hopefully this shows up. I had to spin this thing around because the sun is at the right angle to where you can't see a dang thing through the other side. All you see is all the holes in the steel. So anyway, this is what we did. At 100 yards, this was our point of aim, right? This was our initial regular, like holding the gun up and down. And this was all off a rest. I did this off a rest. Yeah, we'll talk about accuracy later. But anyway, point of impact, right? Point of aim was always here. Point of impact, somewhere right around here, okay? This is your 3-round group triangulation, okay? When I turned the rifle 45 to the left, okay, it shifted a little bit down to here. Okay, well, that's not that bad. That's still generally, like if you're shooting at a piece of steel, that's fine. I shifted it to the right at a 45, right? Like this. Well, that shifted my zero over here dramatically enough, right, that I shot it again to make sure that it wasn't some weird fluke thing. And sure enough, the same general area 3-round group. So this is 2 3-round groups, right? So point of aim here with it rifle canted this way, right? With the optic up here, the bore down here, I'm hitting over here to the right. Okay, well, then we totally laid the gun on its side, right? This way. So the optic over here, the barrel down here. This is where we got this guy, right? This 3-round group way over here. Same thing. Flipped the gun over, pointing this way, right? To where the optic's over here, the barrel's right here. We got a nice tighter, I guess, 3-round group over here. So it just goes to show you, it does make a difference where you're canting the gun. How repeatable is all this? I don't know. This was a field test of, besides this one double tap 3-round group, right? However you want to call that. This is a single test of 3-round group of one kind of ammo out of one kind of gun, one kind of optic, ones, okay? I will probably do this again later as I get the rifle more broken in. And as you can see, I'm working on it, okay? Accuracy is pretty abysmal, if you ask me. Shooting off of a rest, yes, it's a weird condition, right? But it's off of a rest, and all I got to do is squeeze that trigger and let the gun recoil however it wants to recoil. This is a nasty group, okay? Most of these, at 100 yards, is nasty group. I am shooting Tula 55 grain full metal jacket stuff. In general, that ammo has done fine. I've actually had super amazing, awesome groups out of that, out of certain guns. So it might just be the ammo. I'm going to be trying a different kind of ammo later on. But you get the idea. That's another story for another time. Don't be like, your groups are horrible. I know, they suck right now. I know. That's not what I'm trying to say, though. As you can see, if it was just the ammo being all, you wouldn't have groups changing specifically, right? As you angle the gun and do things, right? It would have just been erratic. It's not erratic. It is erratic, but it's accurate enough to be able to get a little bit of data. Anyway, guys, I hope that was helpful, okay? If you're one of those guys that shoots from those weird angles, then know how the gun works, right? Know when you gotta cant to the left, and if you cant to the left, you're gonna hit to the left. You cant to the right, you're gonna hit to the right. It's good to know. It's good to know that kind of stuff, because there were plenty of shots on some of these games that I've gone to where you cant the gun to the right and you're shooting at a popper that's like this big. Well, if a popper's this big, right, and you cant to the left, all your shots are over here. You cant to the right, all your shots are over here. You got to know how to aim. Anyway, it is applicable. Do your own research, do your own study, do your own testing, see what your gun, your ammo, your optic does, and I'm going to keep working on this kind of stuff. I hope that was helpful for y'all guys. I really do. If you have any suggestions or comments or whatever, throw them in the comments below. I love to interact with y'all as much as I can. So yeah, we'll do it. All right, y'all be good, be safe, and we'll catch y'all in the next video.